Hello, everybody. Hello. Johnny No Shoes, My Fish Tanks Aquatics. Friday. My Fish Tanks Aquatics Fishy Friday. It is March 1st, 2024. This is episode 9. Thank you for coming. And No Whip's going to be running a little bit here. It looks like he's got quite the amount of viewers. So run through StreamYard today. And Bruiser, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Hope all is well. Sammy, nice to see you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming. Andrew, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. I've been busy this week live streaming for sure. So, Sarah, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. J-Rock, nice to see you. Zenny, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. And Miss Amanda. Kalish, thank you. All right. Thank you for listening. And nice to see you, Jenna. And again, Sketty. Starting. All right, making coffee. I got mine right here, so do something here. All right. Made some changes last night, knowing that I didn't have to work in the morning, and set up my other old computer for just for a first boot in case I sell it to somebody for something for Linux Mint or something. And then set myself up with a dual monitor setup. I'm running StreamYards today, so I got it because I got to redo. I'm redoing all my Stream Elements stuff. I want to make a nice big overlay so that I can just stream from Stream Elements. But I just want to, like, all this stuff's going to be gone. So, J-Rock, no, this is an old mic. I've had this for over a year now. You couldn't see it though because of the way I had it sitting. I had it kind of sitting up, like, oops, forget the camera's over here, like this in front of me, but it was up high, like kind of like right here in front of me, but facing me, turned upside down. But I decided to bring it in closer so I can hopefully keep my audio. I could just talk normal and not have to raise my voice too much. So hopefully my AV is good. I haven't seen anything posted, so I'm assuming it's good. Then we already said hi to you. Debbie, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Been tanked. That's awesome. Anytime somebody can be tanked by Whip, that's a good thing. So M&C, thank you for coming. Andrew, we got Caprice P. Nice to see you. Good morning from Ohio. Good morning from Illinois. Back to you. It's a beautiful day. I've been doing some of my shorts on the McHenry County weather. I got it back up there. So if I do any lives for severe weather for us, I'll probably, if I'm available to do it. That's the problem. I can't consistently say I'll be available every storms, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, if I'm sleeping in the middle of the night, I'll be following my weather radio and I'll just be taking care of us, and that's it. I won't even get on and do a live. So, because I do still have to work in the morning and still run a 55 or a 40-hour week, hopefully soon here. It's going to be 69 today and 70 here tomorrow. He's going outside. Awesome. Yeah, we're supposed to get to 48 today. And then 50s tomorrow. I thought I read. Oh, speaking of, I need to almost forgot to shut that off or turn it down. Hello, Ms. Dee. I think I missed you the first time when I showed it before, but thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Miss Barbara, thank you for coming. And I know what cup she'll be drinking it out of. I'll just keep StreamYard eventually, for do an occasional thing. I'm going to be able to multi-stream a little bit off my right straight from here. I've been doing some research. I'm going to be making some changes. So basically, like all the stuff you see around me here, these fish tanks and stuff, it's just going to be a black background is all it's going to be, along with a black background, with OBS. And then, so I can have all my little things up there, and StreamYard will just be a backup. I'll eventually do some work with where we try out Video Ninja. So we'll see. Like I said, I like the way things were going. Streaming straight from it. The reason why I streamed with StreamYard the other night was because I just I don't have anything set up for my weather stuff on OBS yet. I was going to make a different profile for that so that I can, have, radar already in there and stuff like that. And I just call it a source and pull it up. So I'm not saying goodbye to it. I stopped paying for it though. So all right, not bad. Sarah, how are you? Yep, thank you. First class fish, thank you. All right, just dropping by to say hi. Hello back at you. Start tanning in Colorado. Yeah. And I won't even have like any alerts going today or anything, so I'll have to watch my email. I don't even know if Stream Elements will kick in or not, so we'll see. Sarah and new subscriber Renee, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Let's see here. Don't forget to smash that like. We're up to 18 folks within the stream. Awesome. I think this is the most early I've seen early on. So Stevie, first class, Renee. Coral, thank you for coming. Nice to see you, sir. And I was very busy at work this week, so I would see the notifications. I just never made the shows. I tried to make as many as I could at night too, so it was just one of those things where full-time work is killing me now. But yet I'm still under hours. Okay, that's always a good thing. The LG rhythm things, that's right. Yeah, you're out west, right? If I remember correct, Barbara. 56 is pretty nice. Comfortable. Nice hoodie weather. I like a hoodie weather. Speaking of hoodies and stuff like that, I'm gonna try and work on that this week. I am working on a website. I'm sure you see my email in the thing here. I've registered 2 domains. One is the MyFishTanksAquatics.com, and I've also registered MFTAQ.com. The MyFishTanksAquatics is going to be, that's linked to a blogger, blogspot or whatever. I can use a custom domain, and I will keep an archive of my videos over there. The MFTAQ.com will be my personal website, for this stuff here. So we'll where the heck was I? Oh, I missed something. There we go. Oh, I gotta go back up here. I knew I should have left it highlighted. That was the last one I saw that I think I mentioned. So I will, oh no, it was Barbara's. There we go. So yeah, that will be the MFTAQ.com will be for YouTube channel. I'm going to work on, building a website up. Just going to start out with a personal page, basically just talk on the front end of it. Then maybe I'll show most recent video or something. I'll figure something out, but it's going to be, so hopefully it'll be doing good, and it'll take off once I get it up. I just got to do the work to get it up, but I want to do some back end stuff here first, like, to make it easier for me. So Xanadude, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. Jay, thank you for coming. Your first live? Well, thank you. I'm glad you chose me to be it. Go to fishfam.link. You'll find all sorts of information, a calendar, a list of birthdays. So it has links to everybody who's listed on there, and there's a lot of people listed on there. There's a lot of resources on there, basically, for fish people who do videos and stuff like that on fish keeping, and that'll help you out, especially if you're new to fish keeping, Renee. So, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it, and hopefully me and the fish fam will do you justice. because you're hanging around with a great group of people. So, all right. Thank you, Geek Boy, for stopping in and hitting the thumbs up. Appreciate it. And thank you, and hope your weekend's good. Yeah, everybody's saying hi to Renee. Thank you, Zenny. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Whoa, that's an oddity. Steven, thank you for coming. So Renee has been around. Oh, okay. She's probably been watching. Yeah, you're amongst a great group of people. They honestly, on a daily basis, if I can at least lurk when there's a video, I try to lurk at least and watch videos. And I can't count how many times I've had to work a 17 and a half hour day, and it's Fish Fam that's pulled me through it. So, and Big Steve, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Oh, we're up to 21. Yeah, fish keeping to me is like weather. It's a sorry, it's a every day's a learning experience. There's there's always something to learn, and it's continuing education is the way I look at it. All right. Tim's Freshwater Tanks, thank you for coming. Lurking for lunch. All right, thank you. Lurkers are welcome too. So, all right. So yeah, I don't have a whole lot going on. Just like I said, I've been trying to get some stuff taken care of in the background. But other than that, these guys are getting bigger. Easier for me to spot them. Seems like they're getting bigger every day, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully soon hopefully there's at least a male and two females, or a male and two males and a female, or whatever. We'll figure it out. Good thing is I got a place nearby that I could go get some more endlers. And I might do that anyhow, just to kind of interbreed so that they're not. But I've been posting on the weather YouTube channel. I've been posting, like I started doing a daily forecast starting yesterday. Basically for McHenry County, what the weather's supposed to be like. So, and and I did the live on Tuesday for the severe weather, which stayed south of me, thank God. I know the southeast part of my county was in a tornado warning later. And thank you for everybody who did stop in on that. I know I did it on the fish channel, but it will be on my weather channel here from now on. So I just did it just to get it up and going, because I knew I was in a rush as soon as I got home. I'm as passionate about fish as I am about weather, so it's keeps me busy between the two. But I haven't done anything with the tanks except I just did a top off yesterday, and I think I know I got to start finding some time, like I said, to start doing some water changes. This one I've been keeping up on it, the 5.5 gallon. The other two are dirt, they're dirted along with it, so I just kind of do it. The under gravel filtered one upstairs. Everything's looking really good, so I'm just kind of waiting for some warmer weather. I gotta look for my jugs. I had I want to say they were 2 gallon, like camping jugs. So I want to put those out or fill them up with water and bring them in to get acclimated to room temperature, and off the spigot outside, because that is apparently not attached to the water softener, which Whip is finding out that the water softener salt is not good for plants. So I'm starting to wonder if that's why I've always had a struggle with plants, especially in the tank upstairs. I know dirt helps the situation, doing dirted tanks. So I know many of you probably have water changes planned. I know we are filled with streams for tonight. Oh, it's already there. Dumbass. Get signed in. No, I haven't seen any. Okay. It's set for 30 minutes, so we're not even at 30 minutes yet. I have the stream element set to 30 minutes and at least 10 lines in 5 minutes or something like that, so that it's not flooding the chat. So and now I can run the scroll here on the bottom too. So thank you, supporters. I appreciate you. Yep, he is. I'm just getting ready to pull up the calendar now. So I want the day. All right. So today, March 1st, we've already had Foxy's Fishes, Foxy AM, Whip getting tanked. I'm on now. Rico's supposed to be on at 1 Eastern, 12 Central. Oh, no, sorry. That would be 2 Eastern. I forgot these times are on here are showing to my. I have to add an hour. Or take away an hour. So yeah, he should be on it. 2 Eastern. Then we got Aquarium Adventures on at 3 o'clock Central, 2 o'clock. I think he's usually he's running around the same time. So yeah, it's coming up soon. Oh, God, I hate when that happens. Yeah, there we go. And where to go? There we go. That's what I was looking for. So the calendar actually shows the birthdays too. So yeah, Rico's is Sunday. And there's the link to the Fish Family calendar. That's what I'm reading off of right now. They got Stay Fishy's Fridays. That's Ohio Fish Rescue at 4 Central with Coldwater Aquatics at the same time. And the secret history living in your aquarium, which is actually fish. Try this again. Fishtory is at 5 Eastern. And then we got Fishy Z on at 6 Eastern. Friday night fish and hits with Dan at 7 or 6 Eastern. 6:30 only Oscars. The McStreamy with Stephen P and Jenna, and I believe Annette is on there usually too on Fridays at 7:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central, and Friday Night Live with LRB at 7:30. And then there's usually some pop-ups that happen after that late. So Rico's birthday is Sunday. And let's see, this week on Here Fishy, they have new quiz called Net 10. 10 questions to answer. Get one wrong and you are out. Get all the questions right and you win an awesome Aquarium Day mug, daily mug. Okay, awesome. And that's 1 o'clock, or see, 1 o'clock my time, I believe. It's noon Eastern, right? On Saturday. Let me go back up here and move it one day over. There we go. Oh, it's not showing on here. Second, that's tomorrow, right? Yeah. So, Andrew, if you can post the time, please, that would be greatly appreciated. Oh, there's 2 of us live right now. Oh, Imperial Tropics is also live right now. Am I subbed? I'm going to make sure I'm subbed this page. I'm sure I am. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Sorry I can't make it, Mike. But 7 p.m. UK time. Yeah, he's going to keep you guys on your toes, Steven. Yeah. There'll always be a question about seahorses, though. So that Jeff can get one right. Because he answers seahorse to everything. Yeah, so Friday is a very, very filled day on Fish Fam. Coral. Hey, if you look really closely, right towards the, let's see, it'd be, I wish I could put my cursor where you guys can see it. Here, I'll try and point it out. Right there. That line that you see running right there, that's hair algae. A lot of hair algae. And all I plan to do is take it out. I'm going to ball it up and I'm going to stick it in a corner. So it's 7 p.m. UK time. So there we go. There's the link to the live. Thank you, Zenny. Yeah, that's Jeff's answer. Seahorse. It does. I'm just trying to let the tanks, kind of balance itself out. So, that's the whole idea of the father fish dirted. You can see the lasagna I got right behind my chair. It's like it's starting to really, it's dirt at the bottom there and it's sand and some more dirt. I probably could throw some more dirt in there. So, see, good thing I said that, huh? All right. I'm at the bottom of the chat. Woohoo! I haven't fallen behind yet. So, the tank upstairs. Oh my God, that thing's looking fantastic. And it's nice as I'll be able to just pop out the title filter case and then um, take it over, wash it out, drop it back down. I've got it going full bore for the tetras because they like flow. So, and I do have new snails in there, some good sized mystery snails. I did post a video of it that I got some free ones. I did realize that when I was getting them that there was some shell damage. I got crushed coral in there, so they'll be okay. The guy that I got them from, he actually got them from a bad home, and it was like he said he got them from a bad home. He said they were completely like not doing good at all. So, oh no. So, what kind did you order? June, nice to see you. I just posted your show. I'll be there tonight. I was there. I missed McStreamy because we were at Chuck E. Cheese with Layla. So you need to get one of those alarms, it's like a water sensor. Like what it does is it when the water gets up enough to touch the connectors, it makes a circuit, and then it sets off an alarm, a verbal alarm or audio alarm, sorry, that warns you that water's leaking. Um, so, well, it was a good excuse because it was a fundraiser for Layla's school. So I was like, okay, we got to see some of the teachers and stuff that Layla's had over the last couple of years. Um, so ours doesn't have the one with balls anymore. It just has a bunch of games. That's it. They don't have the balls in there. That's a scary feeling though. That is a scary feeling. It's a long time ago. Yeah. I like their pizza. It's pretty cool. So all right. So you bought the Fluval 30307. Trying Fluval after years of Marineland because my hubby is mad at them. 3 filters broke in 6 months. Wow. They were all over 3 to 4 years old. It was time. I have a Penplex, excuse me, a Penplex in here. That's I don't that I had on the 55 behind me. So what did you do to those filters? No, they're 3 to 4 years old, but they should last longer than 3 or 4 years, I would think. I mean, especially if you keep them clean. So, seahorse question added. Well, hopefully Jeff's not watching. And Professor, nice to see you. Thank you for coming. 2306 fluvels are still going strong after 14 years. I know the Penplex Cascade, it's the same company. I've had that one over 5 years, easily over 5 years. So, but I didn't run it for a while, and now it's not running at all. I got to put it back together and maybe just decide somewhere I'm going to use it. I might go back to using it on the 55. I don't know. I'll have to see. Um, it was 3 Marine Lands gave out. So he wanted to try a different brand. Yeah. Fluval's a good brand when it comes to I mean, their canister filters rock. The Aqua Clear, you can't beat it, but it's, I mean, for a hang on the back, um, except with the titles. I do like the titles. The only thing I don't like about the titles is that skimmer, but it is what it is. The problem with the Fluval Aqua Clear is you can't restart it if there's a power outage. You have to be there, so you um Yeah, aqua clears. That's fluval. They're good. I don't think I've ever had a marine land product. So fluval is actually they own both their they have their canister line and then the aqua clears. They bought it was Hagen for the longest time, and then they became Fluval bottom out because I don't even think Hagen's around anymore. The company. Nathan, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Oh wow. Yeah, I actually have my title 75. It's hooked up to my under gravel filter, running full speed. Yes, I know Kevin Novak of the Anoxic. Well, I don't know what his current channel name is anymore. He suggests not running them, hooking up under gravel filters like that. But I got an air stone sitting right underneath that as it's sending water out and it's mixing it all in. So I'm not worried about oxygen, getting extra air into the, to do the oxidizing in the stone. Eventually it's still going to build up all that brown gunk underneath there anyhow. So that's, but I don't have any plans. I just keep an eye on the nitrates and I just take out, I only do a water change when I need to. Oh, none of them are fluval. Wow. It's interesting. Marineland makes slash made some of the more interesting and versatile power heads, but I've never seen a filter brand adherent. Um, yeah, I know they had the thing about the with the bio wheel that that sits there and spins, and then it would stop, and people would get pissed off, and um, Jason from Primetime Aquatics has told him just get that thing off of there. It's not even. It's such a gimmick. Yeah, I've never done none of the no name ones. I've always done like Aqua Clear. I did, and then Tidal. I would spend the money and go buy another Aqua Clear. So yeah, Hagen is fluval. So that's what I was saying. I mean, Aqua Clear, it's nice except for when you pull the basket out, everything tips out and all the gunk, But and that's what's kind of nice with the way they do the titles. It has that the white inside that it's like a whole inside like media basket, and it just you pull it out and it covers it all the way around. You clip that thing right to the lid because you turn the lid upside down and it clips right into it, and you can carry that lid and all that water that's dripping and not drip any water on your floor. Ends up being much cheaper to spend the money on the fluval in the first place. Yeah, I thought it was the other way around now. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, yeah, you got to on those. You have to change the um and those ones. Those are Tetras, if I remember correct, that Walmart used to sell a lot of, and that's you got to change the cartridges on those a lot. You end up hot rodding them to make them real good. Actually, I don't. I hot rod every as best as I can. Like when I did the canister filter, I followed Pond Guru, and he showed how to do my filter. Like I had like a small layer of bio beads at the bottom to help things move around, um, and not build up a bunch of um, like fish poop right on the filter. So it kind of it built up a little bit in the base, but it wasn't horrible. And eventually that broke down, and got into the filter, and then put in like two coarse, two medium, and then some filter floss, and then on top of it bio beads. So it was like I did it the way he did, because I don't use charcoal in any of my tanks, which I probably could on the one upstairs if I wanted to, considering it's just straight plastic plants in there. So, but I wanted to get the plants at some point in time, um, fairly quickly. You got two marine canisters that you got for free. The aquarium special wonk. Yeah, I don't. I love my under gravel. Don't get me wrong. I love what it's for. But like I said, there's a reason why people were using power heads and stuff like that. They didn't want to hear the bubbles. But I hooked up. I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to speed it up. The process is still going to be the same in the end. It's just um, being done faster. Like I guess at more speed. So I mean, literally, that tank is turning 7 times an hour. Is what I the math I did was, yeah, it was right. It was 7 times an hour. It's like well more than enough. I could probably turn it down and still get 4 times an hour and still be okay. Once you go sump, you get to choose your own pump. Yeah, I've heard the horror stories about sumps though. Got to worry about too much overflow, stuff like that. So you know, I, I guess that's probably why I haven't done one. So to make it, you know, I'm worried about like it just spilling all over the place. Oh wow. See, that's the thing. I don't know anything about sumps, so it's I don't know like what's like if it's this size tank, do you use this size? You know, June loves her FX6s. The only thing no name that I've ever bought really for filtration was speaking of, oh, it's looking a little slow. It must be dirty. I got the double sponge filter in here. It was a knockoff. You got to take it out at least every few weeks. And wonder if I'm pinching one of my cords or the hoses. Seems like it's a lot slower than what it was. Stand by geek, it says. Okay. Both currently have 306 filters. Tommy, thank you for coming. Nice to see you. Yep, I love that new channel, Tank Talk podcast. That is a very cool. I love the way that those two work together. Whip, nice to see you, sir. Thank you for coming. There we go. Thank you for being here. That's yeah, that podcast is very, very informative. I really enjoy watching it. I just watch it on YouTube, but I know it's up on other podcast formats. See, that's what I think Rico would be good at, is doing something like that with somebody. And those two interact with you. You should see when they're together, they interact so well. Anyhow, so right. Yeah, sponge filters are good. I do like sponge filters. Dependent on the size of the tank, you know. So, I mean, yeah, they don't look real cool, but you can do stuff to make them kind of cover it up a little bit. But I don't worry. I myself do not worry about appearance. If I was worried about appearance, then like with that title hang on the back, it's got two bright blue buttons on it that are like, you know, eyesores. The cord um, for my heater, you know, that kind of stuff. To me, that's stuff that's, you know, the heater itself. To me, that's stuff that's in the. It's an aquarium. It's going to be in there. They're going to see it. Who cares? You know, but that's some people just don't want that. You know, they don't want any of that stuff. So. Well, like I said, I know nothing about it, Cora. So, um, you know, I mean, so if you have a 55-gallon tank, do you have 150 gallon, you know, 100, you know, 110 gallon. Whoops, sorry, 110 gallon tank. That's a sump. I mean, do you double the size? What do you do? That's what I'm saying. I know nothing about it, and I tried to read up on it, and I just don't comprehend it. So, yeah, that was the filter podcast. That was pretty cool. It was real cool. There it goes. There's for the Discord community. So when it comes to sumps, it's actually true that size doesn't matter. Okay. Well, those are down below your tank, right? So is does that hang on the Magnum? I always wanted one of those when I was first into fish keeping. That was like an internal canister that like you could just literally you didn't have to suction cup it. You could just set it right on the right onto the floor and then put some plants in front of it so that you could take your lid off and just slide it right straight up and out. It was really cool. I liked it. I thought it would be neat and that, I was wondering how well that worked. But it was also very pricey at the time, so that's why I didn't get it. Try to do everything as low tech and low price as possible. All right, that makes okay. That made sense. And good old box filter with polyfill. Yep, that's what my grandmother had. I thought about buying one of those. Oh no, JR's been shot. Oh no. Are you watching repeats of what was that show? I can't remember the name of that show. I remember it was huge though. It was a big like everybody watched it. I know my wife even watched it. I didn't, but I did. I'm almost to the point now where I'm only going to watch wrestling and other sports and not watch any of the TV shows I have programmed because I just can't keep up. I don't use my choice of filters. I mean, that's like for a father fish type tank. That's all he ever runs is that's all he runs is sponge filters. All right, DJ, thank you for coming. Been a rough week. All right, happy Friday. Hopefully your week gets better. Shots fired now. That was a whip. I got something else I'm working on, so it was a whip. It's part of the branding of StreamYards. Let's see here. Where the hell is it? There it is. When I was saying hello to Whip first, that's what I was hitting. Who is that? Yeah, that's what they were talking about earlier with the box filters. Um, some of them are triangular. They still sell those too. And matter of fact, Whip is still using. He just started using an under gravel filter in one of his tanks. What'll be nice is he's also got. I think he was saying that there was two 110s on the tank too. So like he could bi-weekly clean either one of those, and the gravel, he'll still have to gravel vac a little bit because he's running air, but he could do like every 3 weeks go and gravel vac, and then just clean the filter. He'll still have two other filters that have beneficial bacteria in it, and then you know so yeah, it's a whip. It's supposed to be a whip. You too, sir. You too. Like I said, hopefully it gets better for you. What bean animal is best, but I'm lost. Well, if I ever put anything, like if I ever, let's say I take that dirted tank, if I break down the dirted tank 55, and let's say I ran on a gravel filter, I would probably run, I would clean out, I would only put one tube um, on it, but I would set it up so that the plates had notches to let when it pulls the water underneath, it pulls it from the whole thing. But I would run it full with a Title 75, but I would not have the light covers on. I would let it flow out and across the top along the length of the tank so that it's kind of pushing things around. Um, yeah, my grandmother ran those box filters that you were talking about. So I'm lost at what, because he said bean animal is best. I don't think do that with a hob. Maybe if you built your own, but 3 standpipes. See, I'm lost. That's one thing I got to do is get a tank for just quarantine. I do, though. That is the downfall of, and that was even mentioned in John and Jason's filter thing, was the cleaning of sponge filters. Even with a bag, you still get debris all over the tank, and yeah, like I said, they scare the hell out of me. I don't know if I'll ever go with some. For an overflow size. How long have I been going? Hour and 7 minutes. Okay. Well, we're up to 23. Sweet. Yeah. See. Yeah. Now I'm lost already again. All right. We just went to left. My fish tanks aquatics. Hard left turn. You have to make sure the tank is topped off all the time. Then true, I'm taking it right. And then make sure you don't lose siphon until you have a power outage or something like that. That's what I'm thinking. All right. That's right in Dallas. I said my wife used to video it, but Tommy's back. Father Ted, you shot JR. Oh, call the police. Somebody call the number. Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about sumps enough to try even attempt it. So I'm not even gonna try. The only nice thing about those box filters is when you take them out, all that crap doesn't come out. So that was loud on your stream yesterday, Tommy. And that being where you're at, that was probably hail that you were hearing, not sleet. Yeah, it's part of StreamYard's thing. Yep, I do. Jimmy Superfly Snuka was one of my favorites as a kid growing up. Dick the Bruiser. Class time. All right. Thank you, Professor, for coming. Appreciate it. Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't know. So, oh, yeah. There's even with a bag, is it's still horrible. So, it's weird watching got StreamYards over here and the monitor that's right next to the camera. And then over on the other monitor, I've got the actual stream going. That makes sense. Okay. That makes sense too. I know the one that I bought. Where the hell did I go? God damn it. This thing jumped on me, which is very rare for StreamYards. There it is. It was, yeah, I think they're gaining some popularity again. It's a filter that's going to last you forever. That's why. So. Oh, wow. And the other thing is the nice thing is like you could take one of those out and filter another, like start a tank right away. So. Oh, you went. Oh, you bought the one that was 70. Yeah, I remember you were sitting when you posted it, and you were telling me it was $70. I can't. I admit you bought that one. Wow. Let me go to. That just seems an awful lot for a piece of plastic. Oh, you bastards. I swore I was already logged in. Jesus Christ. Entirely too many. All right. What was I doing here? Let's do this. Then I don't have to sign in that way. That is just crazy. If I could find a way to sell them as a reseller, I would do it. I would be glad to put every kind of under gravel filter there is on a website and just sell. Because my opinion, I'm about ready to the point of going completely away from doing dirt at even. Now that I've done it, you know, I'm just to the point where, but like I said, I'll set it up with a hang on the back filter attached to the uplift tube. No problem. Let's see here. Well, the very first one that it shows is $42.99. $29 for the Penplex Underground. That's for 40 to 55 gallon tanks. So the one I bought right here, Penplex Underground, 1145 for it. It's the clear free. Come on. Yeah, it's the clear free. So, and that one does up to 55 gallons. Oh, hang on. That must not be it. Because, yeah, it should be right. If you want to run the tubes at both ends, that only comes with 2 plates. That's not the one I bought. Mine came with 4. Well, this one's meant for 10-gallon tanks. So, which tube? Oh, 9.5-inch plates. My plates are 11-inch plates. So there's like 4 of them across the bottom of the 55. Basically, they fit in the 55 really nicely. But like I said, if I could find people that wanted to drop ship for me and do it, I would sell them. So then it was probably very, very small hail then. Yeah, that it, it should never be that high. It's an underground. I'm sorry, it's an under gravel filter, and that's absolute rape. That's part of the reason why. That's one of the great selling points is that they're not supposed to be expensive. They're supposed to last a long time. So you don't need to buy another one. You should be able to go through an air pump before you go through one of those. But I'll tell you what. Oh, it's after 12 o'clock. Here, let me do this. I don't think Dee Dee's home yet. I don't hear her TV running upstairs. So oh, oh no, it's still not on yet. That's right. I think I go later. But you know what? Hold on a second. There we go. This is from initial setup. This is how clear it is. I have not gravel vacked in 2 weeks. or almost a month now. As a matter of fact, that little piece of hair algae you can see probably floating right there, that's actually dying hair algae that I missed when I, because I left the Anubias in there, which is dying as you can see. But this is clear water. I just tested it. I want to say like a week ago, and everything was real good. So I just kind of left it going. Huh. But like you can see, I mean, and I've got it going. See, I got it going real good. But it's not bad at all. All right, so let me back out of here. All right. So yeah, it's that's, I'm sorry, that's highway robbery. Or old technology. Yep. Supply and demand and all. Like I said, if I could find a way to resell, I would do it. Yeah, see, I'm not worried about, like I said, I've achieved the method. I was happy with it. It's not that it's anything against Father Fish or anything. I'm just at a point where I, you know, after seeing that tank upstairs, that's and how well it's been doing since I reset that up. I mean, that's been well over 2 months that I believe that I set that up. I'd have to go look at the date of I want to say it was before New Year's Eve or New Year's. So do the dirt bags. Okay. It's an idea. Put them in pots, actually. I know plants didn't do well in the UGF like I was hoping. So um, they're the same thing. Really, it's the same thing, Zenny. Plenum is the gap that's underneath your gravel or your, whatever you use for substrate. I didn't do anything fancy like even with the Father Fish stuff, I didn't do anything fancy. I just threw topsoil and sand, and I'm, in this tank right behind me. And then the 55, I did premium topsoil, which is a little more, has a little higher nutrients. But I didn't do anything fancy. I didn't do any of Dr. Novak's Kevin Novak's stuff. I didn't do anything like all his little BCB baskets and all that. I just put my under gravel filter in because that's what I knew worked well in that tank a long time ago. So they're the same thing though. It's gravel. Your stuff's being pulled like this down through, because the water going up in the pipe, it pulls water through, which brings debris, fish food, whatever down into that, and then it eventually breaks down. It's like I'm using a 4-inch substrate of pea gravel in that tank, so it breaks. It should break it down before it gets down in underneath there. But if it doesn't, it's going to get sucked through everything else and then right up into that hob filter, which I take all that stuff out, clean it once a month. I keep pumping this. Sorry. Maybe I should go up with it. There we go. So really an under gravel filter, it's the same thing. It's just that gap is what's called the plenum. Yeah. Just figure out what size is going to fit in, get an air pump for it that's adequate. Like I'm running that one upstairs, that Airstone it's a 40-liter air pump on it, the Tetra 40. So yeah, it's just the gap underneath that is under that plate is what's called that's what's considered the plenum. So yeah, I'm seeing that, and that's just highway robbery. I don't care if it is Lee's. There's no difference between that Lee's and that Penplex that I bought for $11 and something. He even said, don't hang on the back filters and, just run air only. And when I was running air only on that tank upstairs, I was getting hair algae big time. And I was not feeding except maybe once a week. And so it's like, yeah, you know, they are great. Let me go grab that link. I like the concept of it, and it works well. It works well. My tank is clearer now than it's ever been, and it's not about being sterile and clear. It's just, I mean, you saw the algae in there from prior. There's algae on the back wall. I'm still getting algae. I'm still getting brown gunk, which is, the brown gunk is actually very beneficial. So it took me a bit to get whipped to try it. So okay, actually, that's not the page I want. All right, there we go. Go back to this main page of the page. It's a very informative page, but the link I'm about to post is from aquariumscience.org, and it's why these are the reasons why. When I read this, it gave me more insight at why they're good and how many fish you can stock in them, all sorts of stuff. That's what I'm thinking of. There we go. I'll just go with that. So, yeah, Petco still makes them dirt cheap. The only thing I found is that you couldn't. God, I gotta quit saying so much and so, and then I go and do it again. It's you got to find out which size fits. The one I had originally before the one I'm using now was made for 29. I think like a 29 gallon. It didn't, even the one upstairs now, it does not have to fit edge to edge and front to back. You can have a small gap, but also make sure that that's the areas that you gravel back more so than where the plates are. Gemco. Okay, I'll check into that. Well, your UGF is under the media. It's under your substrate. So it's your substrate. Damn, I keep hitting this. That has, you're using that bed more so, better when it comes to, a better bacteria bed. You really don't need a sponge filter. Like, I don't even need that hang on the back filter, technically. Eventually it would have probably balanced out, but I just didn't want to wait. I made my under gravel a major filter. Like it's like I said, it's that and the hang on the back. It's got water flowing through 7 times an hour. And then it's got plenty of oxygen to help oxygenate the bed for bacteria growth. And Gemco has a lot of great stuff. Wish they had a better ordering system. Logan, thank you for coming. I know I'm a little behind in the chat, probably like looks like 10 minutes right now. So thank you for coming, sir. I don't know. I don't know if he is or not, to be honest with you, a doctor. So, because PhDs are considered doctors, they're a doctor of a subject. So I don't know. But what I know works for me is having it hooked up to a a hob, in this case a title, and it still works, and it works well for me. So no, it's probably the person you're thinking of, Barbara. No, I was, because I've seen videos where they've been working well for other people. It may be it. I don't know. It just may be me. Like in this case, it may be I'm still I'm still using water that has water softener salt, like you. You know, that could be the whole time. This whole time, this could have been the problem with that. So I'm not saying it doesn't work. I've seen people that have done it. It didn't work for me. But we'll find out, because are you going to plant that thing? And now that you're bypassing, I'm actually going to be going off my spigot, because my somebody told my wife that that thing's not hooked to our water softener. So, and I've had people tell me that it's not, that's common, that it's not, the spigot's not hooked to the water softener in any home. So if anything, that should give us a, because the water softener place, or the city tells me that they only run about like a 7.2 pH, no chloramines, which I don't have even with the softener. So like the guy who works at my that's like in charge of the fish area at Bird and Beast, he's an actual marine biologist. So he's the one that wrote their thing about under gravel filters, and they still push that. So you know, being where we're looking at how many years later, and I've been going to that place forever. Um, the original owner, before he retired, he actually, when he started coming into the store to start working on his stuff at his house because he was retiring, he remembered me from coming in and buying fish. So it was like, he's the guy that told me, he's like, hey, you should be running an under gravel filter, and I was running at that time. What was I running? I was running an AquaClear. Yeah. Okay. Very cool. I mean, like I said, it works. Poop factory, yeah, it just breaks it down. It takes time. Just, to me, I think nitrate's going to eventually gas out anyhow. I don't know. That just seems like it would be. That's the whole idea. Is like you want to heat. With the anoxic filtration, you want to gas out the nitrate. So, but DJ, do you grow plants in your under gravel filter with an under gravel filter at all? Be nice to see somebody else that I know, like, or I could trust better. Like I said, I just don't think it works for me because I think I'm honestly, it's because I'm using if I could afford to put a bucket or a 55-gallon drum in the, and then just put water in it. But the problem is I'd have to find a way to keep it heated because of where we live. So, and then I would just put water in there and then just grab it out when I need it. But he's the fun kind. I know they make like filters that like they go, they it's like a tube or whatever that's inside the gravel. Right. I get that. But it's technically they're both that is not considered a plenum because it's not at the bottom underneath the substrate. But like I'm running an maybe I'll do one in there. All right. So like this, that's what I know you're considering a plenum. It's still under the gravel, which makes it a UGF. This is how it's sold as an under gravel filter. Um, and it's, yes, that's a plenum area, like he says, and I get that, but it still does the same thing. Water gets pulled through the gravel here, gets pulled along, which it does in that other same thing. It's just pulling it into those tubes that are inside the gravel, and then up a tube, which is connected here or here, up a tube, and out through air. Whether it's air or a hang on the back filter connect combo. So what do you need to try? Just put some plants in it. If you're putting the water in that's bypassed, and and you don't have that salt going in there, just put some in there and see what happens. That's all I could tell you because I've never tested anything else except, like I said, I had some success with I lost my train of thought. With my dirty tanks. I've had success with that, but that's funny. Yeah, like I said, I'll do some more research. Like I said, I would prefer to just drop ship. So flower. Are you got a flower horn in there? in that tank? Okay. So yeah. But see, like Coro Whip, his spigot, it was attached to it. So, or at least he thought it was. So I mean, it's yeah, water softener salt's okay to drink and use to wash and stuff like that. You're fine. But um but where I'm at, it's very my water is very high. It's very hard too. Not for me. Um I would have to fill up jugs and then bring it in and so um okay, there we go. See, Crypt has two takes with UGFs and it's full of Crypts. I had no, but I ended up having no luck with my plants inside that UGF at all. Actually, the only thing that grows well until the and I'm assuming it's phosphates was because I got hair algae was the Java moss grew really well in there. So um, so like I said, I would just grab um, some jugs and fill up the thing and then bring it in the house early enough that I can let it sit so that it gets to room temperature. And then I would still have to dechlorinate, but no big deal. And if I threw an air pump in one of those for a day at least, I don't even have to worry about doing that then because I don't have chloramine and that would take out any of the other stuff, like chlorines. So that would gas it off. I tried putting some of that in and it didn't last very long in my tank either. Like the hornwort that Cody gave me that's in this tank here is probably that's a couple weeks old now, but it's kind of lasting. But I don't have a whole lot of nutrients in there, and my hygrophila is about ready to go completely out the door. Thank God he's got some. There you go. All right, I got to ask, who is Sal? Which one of you Sal? That's what I showed you is considered it is still considered an under gravel filter. So DJ, where do you live at? No, you don't have to agree just to agree, honey. God, it's I mean, everybody's opinion is valid. It really is. Okay, but if you have plants, then nitrate one doesn't matter. See, that's where it works better. And rooted plants will, yes, they'll get in there, but that's all that stuff that's underneath is actually good. That brown muck, if you read, like even if you read on that link I just posted, it tells you that it's good. So that's I think that's the point of the undergravel fact or the undergravel, is it does convert quickly when you were like starting a very fresh tank, like and they had Bird and Beast had me testing daily. I'd get home from work, I would run a test, and I'd if I needed to do a water change because nitrates were still high, I did a water change, and then to lower that level so that it could slowly see, so it could season. And it only took like 7 days to get fully to nitrates without um, any nitrates or ammonia still. So, but that's why I think plants work well with that, is because plants do take in some nitrates, even though they're rooted through the leaves, not as much as they would through the roots if they're root feeders. But then there are some plants you can put in there that take in totally nothing, like guppy grass totally takes nothing in but nitrates from the column. Don't even have to say that. I just call it an under gravel filter. That's what it used to be called back well before all this controversy started. But I do see why he thinks like it's a lot of these companies want you to buy cartridges. They want you to, you know, and there's people that say that's easier. Um, I know the idea is you don't like. I think in that article that I posted, it says not to gravel back. So, but is it smarter to do so? Yes. This way you kind of force you only do half of the bed at a time. This way you know kind of like if you have two filters, let's say two aqua clear 110s or two sponge filters, you clean one at a time, separate weeks, so that you don't kill, that gives time for the beneficial bacteria to start building on the one, you know and keep building it through the tank for your bio load. That's the other way of doing it. You can pull off that top piece, especially like, you know, because plecos, they like to go down that tube. So make sure you're using that piece. But if you got a power head on there, it won't matter either, because a power head's actually going to draw faster. So it should actually move more of that crap out anyhow. But dropping that tube down inside there is a great way of doing it. That's there you go. I don't have to, Barbara. I would have to, you know, run. I thought about putting a slop sink in down here, like a utility sink, and then just oh wow, I'm at 2 hours already. And then um, you know, that I could take out when we needed, like, you know, I could do quick disconnect or something so that I could take it out when we need to move the, like, if the water heater needs to be replaced or something like that. So because if I put a utility sink in there, it's going to block that, you know. But I thought about that, you know, having it where I can just grab it before it came into the. But you know, the wife's like, no, just do it through the spigot. But I got to get jugs that I can keep in the house, and I had some for, because I was getting RO water a long, long time ago. So, um, yeah. Well, thank you. Oh, I knew you were kidding. I was just trying to emphasize the point that it wasn't working for me. And like I said, I thinking it's that situation. Um, it could be, because I've never done plants well in that tank upstairs. The only difference up there to these two, because I'm not really growing plants. They're not dying fully off, but they're not growing very fast in this one, and they get lots of light. But I do have some duckweed and hornwort there too. So, but it's, as I get more fish in there, it'll get better. But those two, they're dirted too, just like this one is. So I think, I mean, dirted, yeah, I love dirted. Don't get me wrong, I love UGF, but I I think UGF is my better way to go. And sponge filters. And those two got sponge filters. This one's got a sponge filter with some bio balls in it. Oh well. All right, I'm going to try and catch up here. DJ is Sale. Okay. Well, now I know better. Kept seeing the name Sal. I'm like, what the? Uh, all right. Yeah, I'm still almost 10 minutes behind. Oh, you don't have plants? Okay. Hashtag undergravel nitrate factory. Yep. But it's not a big deal. You know, you can keep those down with a water change. Yep. That's what they say. All right. We're getting very, very close to the bottom here. So, all right, folks, as I get closer to it here, I am going to call it as soon as I get to the bottom. So, um, want to thank you all for coming. All right. So thank you all. Love having Jugs in the house. I'm married to a, never mind. I won't say anything. Um, According to that one thing that I posted earlier, you should be able to stock like in a 40-gallon tank. You should be able to stock like 35 to 40 fish. It's like, I mean, it was like there was, I can't remember. Maybe I was wrong on the numbers, but it was, the numbers were high. I was really shocked. That is, yeah. Well, you saw the gravel. It didn't look bad, so it's got to be up all in the hub. So, but like I said, you know, you've even said it. It's to each their own. This is why I don't do real name people. Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, I'm getting close. And Renee, welcome again to the community. Thank you for if you've been lurking. So, what do you mean? What are you going to do without me? All right. Hang on. Okay. What do you need? Moment of my time. I get it. I know there's no Rico today, I'm assuming. So it was informative. I think it worked out well. It just proves that we can talk without being rude because we don't always have to agree. There's benefits in every way of fish keeping. So, all right. Thank you for the moment. You're welcome, sir. And thank you all for coming. Appreciate y'all. Um, Hopefully, I'll have things getting better and better and going, and so I can get going on the website a little better. And so we'll talk at y'all later. Have a great weekend and stay fishy. Peace.